A new run of the playlist debuts tonight with live music from Roxie Magistrate, theater critic Lawrence Bernabo, and the rich murals of Ta-Coumba Aiken. You don't want to miss it.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
Our first guests tonight are accomplished musicians all. They move freely between musical styles and they're making a name for themselves in the original music scene on the Iron Range. Please welcome Roxie Magistrate.
Softly spins the ribbon around her hand. Her draw defies reality. A song, a map in the unknown lands. A map, a song in the unknown lands.
Great job. We get to hear more Roxie and introduce the songwriters behind the music in just a few minutes. But just like music, muralist Ta-Coumba Aiken weaves in threads from all kinds of influences. He draws inspiration from the people that he encounters. This spring, elementary, high school, and college students at St. Scholastica lent their voice to a project celebrating our similarities and our differences.
Get some of your friends. This is going to be your gift to the school and the community. I want them to know that I think that their genius is the only way that I'm going to get this done. I mean it. I have no false kind of attitude about what it is that I'm here for. I'm here for their contribution to this community. My name is Ta-Coumba Aiken, and I am a muralist, public artist, art activist. I'm here at the College of St. Scholastica to do a mural on the community, about the community. Basic working title is Celebrating Our Similarities and Differences.
He's really interesting, so I've never really met an artist.
How's everybody doing? Some students said, have you done this before? And I was about to say yes, and I realized I've never combined an elementary, a high school, and a college together.
I think it's a really cool idea. It's something that everybody can look and be like, oh, I did some of that.
Some who said they couldn't paint but were brave enough to just step up and say, well, I can do this. And then it's like, oh my God, look at what that person just created. And they're going, oh my God, look what I just created.
I think the way he did it was very wonderful because it was like, I think you have a minute to hold a brush and paint a little bit.
He got me to paint one little section, and I felt self-conscious, but I did it, and he made it look good by painting nice things around it.
I'm honored to be allowed to discover, oh, there it is. This is what I would be doing in my studio. Usually, like for the other mural, I looked at it for maybe 2 weeks straight before I decided to go in there. And then I decided I had to do it here because I had to feel the energy here to make it work. I'm not a genius, so I have to sometimes figure things out on the fly. And this one worked out really well. I look at this and I just think of and dream of and smile about all the people that were willing to give a little of themselves. But see, the secret is, it's not a little.
I'm not gonna tell you which piece I put because this belongs to everybody else. My prints are somewhere there included with everybody else, yeah.
These students, the schools, the teachers, have created an opportunity for another free piece of energy and spirit in the name of art to come out. And believe me, this mural, when people see it, I think they're just going to be knocked over.
So far, every time I've looked, I've seen more. It's like there's dimensions down there that are waiting for you to find them. So yeah, I'll pause and I'll look for more and I'll think about what it represents.
I do these things, and I have to talk about them. But hopefully, as years go on, there's 20 that are influenced by this, and I don't have to talk anymore. I can just paint, and then someone else can speak for me, speak for us, speak for the universe.
The mural will be unveiled next week, Monday evening at 6:30 in the Multicultural Center at St. Scholastica. The artists were so prolific, there are actually 3 murals. One stays at the college, while the other 2 will be on display at the Nettleton Elementary School and the Central High School here in Duluth. Now, our next guest knows the theater scene in Duluth inside and out. Lawrence Bernaveau reviews shows at the Playhouse, the Playground, and any other venues as they come up, right?
Yes, if somebody needs me to go and review, I will go forth and review.
Okay, well, good, with a pen and paper in hand. Okay,
Yes,
so here's the big question.
Okay.
What is the deal in Duluth's theater scene where shows can sell out before the curtain even goes up?
Well, because they're getting a good reputation. People go to see shows, they like what they see, and they're going to keep going back. I mean, we've got a situation where you have a lot of people who are in charge of theaters who've been out to the big cities. I mean, if you deal with the Playhouse, you've got Christine Seitz and Kate Horvath who've been to New York City and back. Go to Renegade, you've got Andy Bennett and Katie Helbecca, they've been to Chicago. You go to, Loon, you've got Sarah Lawrence who's been to Las Vegas. So, they know what's needed for the next level and can help people get there.
So how about play selection? You commented to me earlier that musicals are big, and certainly Chicago is a great, at the Playhouse is a great example.
Yeah, the musicals in Duluth do particularly well. I'd like to see the plays do as well as the musicals, but they don't. And one of the things I like is that even though people could make a lot more money doing musicals, they're still doing plays at all of these venues.
Now, we do have some pictures of Chicago, and just the polish that they're putting on this musical, it feels not like a community theater.
Yeah, we're not. Chicago's an interesting show because the traveling Broadway production came through. So we've had a chance to see the professional type and to see this. And, of course, I'm not saying we're a professional level, but we're not amateur level. I'm happy saying we're semi-pro at this point. We're kind of in between.
I think that's awesome. So where does Renegade fit in? Because they have a different, I think they seek out different kinds of productions.
Well, we've got everything in town. I was thinking a couple years ago, it was interesting that in one season we had 4 different Pulitzer Prize winning plays being done. So we have Doubt and classic things like that. And then this is also a community that puts on the Rocky Horror Show and Evil Dead the musical and Reefer Madness the musical, and apparently we're also going to get Cannibal the musical. So we can go highbrow, we can go lowbrow, we can do anything here in Duluth.
Now, do you know anything about the new show opening next week at Renegade? It's called The Lieutenant of Inishmore.
Yes.
And they tell me it's dark.
Yes.
Really dark.
Yes, it's about a gunman for the IRA whose cat is accidentally killed, and he's not happy that his cat is killed, and I'm sure he'll have something to say and do about it, apparently involving large amounts of blood.
And it sounds like they have the best of the special effects people in to help them pull it off.
Yeah. Well, yes, if you want to get blood people, go out and get blood people. We had Evil Dead with blood. Maybe this one will have more, and we can talk each year about who has the most blood in their show.
The awards for best blood. Okay. So give me a sense of what it is to be a reviewer. I mean, are you like taking note of every oops and goof, or are you?
No. I mean, usually you're going and saying, here's the strengths, and it's not so much weaknesses, but if there's something you think they can actually fix, it's, you don't want to sit there and say, oh, well, it'd be nice if you had done this, that, and the other thing on a stage. They can't do it. You're also trying to give people an indication of what they can see if they decide to go, assuming, of course, that they can go, because not all the tickets were sold out before the show opened.
Yes, exactly. So how will we know which ones will sell out?
Musicals tend to go pretty fast, but that's not to say all musicals. I mean, a couple years ago, there was a wonderful musical at the Playground the last 5 years with Adam Sippola and Carolyn Lapine, and I was there on opening night, and there was 8 people. And it's one of the best musicals I've seen in town, and, nobody came to that. So it's not like everything is selling out all the time, but usually word will get around, and the Playhouse will, warned everybody, kept saying tickets are going, everybody's saying, but they always say tickets are going. Certainly they don't mean it this time. Yes, they meant it this time.
Well, Lawrence, thank you so much for coming in to share your wisdom with us tonight.
Okay.
I sure appreciate it. There's lots to learn.
Yep.
All right, well, you can experience and read Lawrence's theater reviews in the Duluth News Tribune. And now in Cloquet this weekend, an award-winning production of Wiley and the Hairy Man has a couple of encore performances. The show, put on the County Seat Theater Company, came out on top at a recent statewide theater competition. So they're doing 2 benefit shows to help cover travel costs so the cast can continue competing at the regional level. They're going to Kansas at the end of the month. Now, performances are in Cloquet Friday night at 7:30 and Sunday afternoon at 2 at the Encore. Now, we'll be back right after this.
The exhibit title is Biophilia, Sacred Inner and Outer Landscapes, and we just wanted the artists to kind of explore the intersection between the North Shore environment and their inner spiritual terrain. My name is Amy Demmer. I am the director of the Graham Ray Art Colony, and we are preparing for our spring theme exhibit. We have a variety of media. We have ceramics and sculpture. We have paintings and drawings and woodblock prints.
So it's this mixed media paper with this little sunshine behind with those little goofy deer.
This is a sumie piece, which is a Japanese brush stroke to glass, like here. We have just a grand variety of media. Biophilia is a relatively new word. Bio comes from the root word meaning nature, and philia comes from the root word meaning love of. So it actually defines humans' affinity for the living world. The opening is on Sunday, April 10th, and it's an artist reception starting at 12:30.
The artwork in the studio tonight is from Lizard's Art Gallery in Duluth, and it features work by Adam McCauley and glasswork by Robinson Scott. Now, Adam has a show coming up later this month at the venue. Now, you can make suggestions and find out more about the playlist online, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates. Now, please welcome back Roxie Magistrate.
should have met you.
Very cool. Awesome job, you guys. Thank you so much for coming down tonight. It is great to have you here. Sela, hi. Good job. Fantastic. Now, could you introduce your bandmates?
Eric Krenz.
Eric Krenz.
Derek Lee. We got Mark Glenn on the end and Tyler Dubla.
Fantastic. How long you've been playing together? Give me a sense of how you came together.
Derek and I started working together like February last year and started writing. Eric joined us this summer, and these guys we met Tuesday. They were a little blessing.
So tell me about who writes the music and kind of how that works.
It's a shared production, and we do it in a lot of different ways. Eric's going to write the song we're doing next. Derek wrote this one, I wrote the first one, and we kind of have a tendency to stay with the lyrics. These guys are brilliant composers, and we put it all together.
Fantastic musicianship.
Thank you.
And really fun to me to listen to different influences, because I hear a little David Bowie in there and a little Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I mean, there's really some different sounds, but you put them together completely different. So do you have a favorite
song?
Well,
the next one's my favorite song. My favorite Roxie song.
We have to talk about next gigs too. You don't have a release out yet, but you're recording?
Not yet, by the fall.
Okay.
Hopefully.
And tell me where the next gig is.
April 21st, we're going to be at the Amazing Grace down here. And then we are going to be opening new band night at Homegrown. So we'll be at Luce at 9 o'clock.
And that is May the 1st.
May 1st, yeah. And our Amazing Grace gig is at 7 to 9.
We are very much looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Now, I already heard you rocked 218 in what, in Virginia?
Yes, we got another Iroma showcase. It's two nights, Friday and Saturday at the end of this month. And it's like 10 or 12 different Iron Range original bands. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So the music scene, the original music scene is changing and growing and bubbling.
Definitely. Through the help of Iroma and some really great venues like the 218, and Max Bar has been real supportive on the range. And
that's great. Well, thank you. I know you have one more song for us. Thank you very much. And truly, thanks for making the effort to come down tonight.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to share your music. All right. Thank you for watching tonight. And remember to go out and support your local artists. Enjoy some more music.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and by viewers like you.